Man, I was getting into that intro music, bro. That
I
was so
forgot I
good.
changed it. I was playing around with it and I forgot that I changed it. I was like, uh-oh. That's not our normal intro music. So what's happening, everyone that's in the wherever you're at watching via YouTube, Facebook, whatever you're watching on. It's Jimmy G from The Good, the Bad, the Awesome. We got Billy the Kid. Welcome to the Forge.
What's
We're
up?
gonna have an awesome time with y'all today because we're gonna talk about something that by no means are we experts at it, but we just like to share. I know Billy, you've been doing it for a while. I've been only doing it for about it'll be 2 years in March.
Yep.
So it'll be kind of cool just to kind of hear old hat, new hat, all sorts of stuff. Just kind of like what to do if you want to start your own channel, or how did y'all get started and things like that. So what you got to say about that before we get into some other stuff?
So before we get into some news, I think that, man, there's so much. All right, I'm going to sum it up that this is something that if you truly love what you do, you're going to have a great time and you're going to excel. If you're doing this thinking that I can get free shit or I'm going to do better than this other guy, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Um, this is simply something that I do because I love to talk and I love to talk about toys. And that's something that if you're going to do it, you got to make sure that you're passionate about it. Just
Oh
like Jimmy
yes.
G, there's people out there like Deluxe, Jimmy. You watch those guys and you feel good. Like at the end of watching their videos, for some reason, you just feel better. And that's the kind of energy you want to be giving out. But we'll talk about all that in a bit. Let's do our news and our surprise for next week and all that fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Absolutely. Well, I'll let you tell about our surprise. If you want to go ahead and announce this, it's going
Yeah.
to be awesome.
Next week, we have an awesome guest. We've got Joe Troutman from the Troutman Family Presents. Not sure if he's bringing the kids on. If he is, they're more than welcome. Joe has a fantastic channel. He is just starting out on YouTube, but he's been a member of the Transformers community for many years. He's good friends with Flint Dilley, the original writer of the Transformers '86 movie, Stan Bush, a couple others to put out there. So he is a music promoter and is big in the music industry. He worked with Hasbro on several projects, some incredibly cool stop motion projects over the last year or two, as well as Transformers Kingdom. So he is very much so in the heart and soul of the beloved Transformers that we are so obsessed with. So I'm very excited to have Joe on. He's going to be a really good guest.
I'm excited too because it's going to be after the announcements and stuff at MegaCon, which brings us to our next thing. Is this was found on Reddit? It was from I forgot who it was, but he's one of the main guys with Hasbro, saying, "Hey, they're excited. This is Hasbro's first appearance at MegaCon. So they've got their special kind of presentation, but they're going to be announcing their next HasLab. And the hint that he dropped, he said he's been watching a lot of G1." With Japanese subtitles. So for those of y'all that are hoping for a HasLab Primus, I can tell you that's probably not going to happen. What's up, Derek?
Yeah,
How you
Rick.
doing? So if those of y'all that are hoping for a HasLab Primus, I think it's a very small possibility. I don't think it'll happen at
We
all.
don't need a
No,
prize.
no. I think for me, it's going to be that top one. I think it's going to be a Diatlas from Transformers Zone, and the different tiers are going to be Sonic Bomber and the other one. And so that way, once they reach that tier 3, you can put together big powered and probably have some other things. I don't know if they'll revisit Victory again. I would love a Lyle Kaiser or a Road Caesar. But I don't think they'll do that. And then as well as they just released the Takara Masterpiece Ginrai, and then there's been other Super God Master Force that they've done. So I think it's Diatlas. But what do you think, Billy?
Personally, I think that makes the most sense, especially the way you broke down the tiers. Hasbro, in my opinion, as much as I love the HasLab, they have not handled the tiers properly. They just don't. For whatever reason, I just don't think they handle their crowdfunding the right way. But if they did it with Diatlas and they present it the way that you're presenting it, I think that is a no-brainer. Joe, our guest next week, actually knows the figure already. He will not give it up. I've tried. It's not happening. But he's very excited for it. He says it's a good one. And to me, that just makes the most sense. The Lyle Kaiser we've had already. I don't see that happening. I think that's the way we're going to see it.
I still hold out hope for a GoBot Command Center, just a huge one, or a Masterpiece wheelie or something like that. Just a big, large Titan class wheelie or something like that would be great. But but we just think about this. If you want to kind of make some speculation and guess, you have till now until I don't know. I think their panel's either Friday or Saturday.
I
I
think
don't
it's the
remember.
6th.
So the 6th, okay. So to watch either Transformers Headmasters, Super God Master Force, Victory, and Zone, and you can find them. I've found them on YouTube with the subtitles and everything. So you'll have to suffer through Headmasters. Super God Master Force starts out a little slow, but then it gets really good. Victory's great, and then Zone's just one episode. So which is sad, Then Takara went on to do other great things with the Brave series and all that good stuff, which we'll talk about in another show around big robots that are not Transformers. But let's move on. So hopefully Diatlas, I'm holding out hope. Then I will sell my Transformers Legends Diatlas. Right now it's in a game, so with the Transformers Underground. So if you want to try to win one, you definitely can in one of my games that's going on. Next, we had the toy show in Japan that was going on. What's up, Norbs? How you
Norbs,
doing,
good to
buddy?
see you, bud.
And then Brick Builder, how you doing tonight?
Brick Builder, nice to have you back, bud.
It's great to be like both me and Billy are like ADD. We can we talk about something and go, hey, what's going up, squirrel? So there we go. So first and foremost, I mean, this is just a nice little shot of good old Rat Trap. I know you're excited about him, but I heard news that you've gotten out of the Masterpiece race here. But
yep. So I'm very excited for Rat Trap. I will buy him. I will review him, but I have officially sold all of my Masterpiece Beast Wars and Transart figures as of I think the last bid just went through. Literally live. I am out of the Masterpiece Beast Wars game, the fall of Transart, and honestly, the slow push from Takara. I just don't feel the confidence I feel in it. And last time I felt like that was with the Masterpiece line, and I sold my MPs, went into Legends, and Legends blew up. So I'm hoping the same thing happens because we do have some really good options for Beast Wars and Legends. And I just think the Beast characters work better in Legend scale. They don't need to be overly complicated.
Yeah. Me, I've kind of made the resolution, and I know some people on here, Norbs, will probably be like, Jimmy, if you're going to do this, please send all your figures to me. But I am probably going to start transitioning out of the Chug line of Hasbro. I'll keep some. I'll still continue going with some, but I won't be as aggressive as I used to be with Hasbro. I'll just kind of go with the ones that I really want. Like, for example, Solus Prime on here. We'll look at her a little bit more here in just a moment. But let's take a look. First of all, the Superion. Of course, there it is on the left. But just kind of a zoom in on this knee joint here. So that's kind of interesting that they would point that out. I don't know why, but anyway, so hopefully that knee joint does hold up and give us some stability with him. But what are your thoughts again? Still Superion. I am still torn around whether I'm going to get him or not, because again, I've kind of made that resolution. But I'm holding out hope maybe Magic Square or New Age will make a Superion, because that Zeta Toys mini Superion is horrible.
It's trash.
So, yeah.
So real quick, I will give my thoughts on this. I just want to say we have the comments are on fire. So
yeah.
JR was stating he tried to get through the Japanese series. That was years ago. At this point, I think there's some really good dubs on YouTube that fans have done where you can actually watch them with some good English dubbing. Yep. So, which is pretty cool. Norbs says that Rat Trap looks amazing. JR as well. Rat Trap looks amazing. I agree. He definitely should be small. I was hoping we would have gotten him in a 2-pack with Air Razor, to be honest. That's how I envisioned that, but it didn't happen. Brick Builder Prime, we need a 6-shot. I would love 6-shot to be a HasLab figure, to be honest. It would be big. It would have to be the size of that Studio Series Ultra Magnus, but the HasLab would give them the freedom to do the engineering needed for all the modes. I know the size isn't going to be what people want from a HasLab, but engineering wise it is. Ultra Megatronus, what up? JR, he's considering it too. I'm pretty much out of mainline figures. It is what it is. I think I only have Star Convoy ordered. So since I just said that, I think it's a really great Superion. Here comes that ADD, right? I can go to a million places at one time. It's a great Superion. They took the lessons from Magic Square that needed to be taken. but I'm going to pass on this figure. It does nothing for me. I hope Magic Square tackles Superion for us, to be
That would be
honest.
great. What's up,
What's up,
Ghost Max?
Ghost Max? How we doing?
And it
But
seems
this,
like Zane
they,
Bono's having trouble talking to us.
oh no. Zane's
Oh,
in
well.
every week. That's not
Yeah.
good.
Smoke signal, Zane.
Oh, shit. That's not good. Is
I'm
there
gonna
like
try
a
to.
settings? Can I go into a settings and see if he's blocked?
I don't know. I don't think he is on that, but yeah, well, he's not blocked or anything like that. I don't know what's going on. So hopefully we can get through, or
Zane, we love you.
maybe through YouTube, or try one of the other streaming services, YouTube, Facebook, one of those ones that we were on that. Maybe see if that'll let you in. But yeah, Superion, he's he's a toss up. I may get him to review him and then sell him
Yep.
afterwards, but we'll see what happens on that. But this one is gorgeous, and I am going to probably get all of the primes from the Age of the Primes because I am a prime lover, and Soulless Prime. Look at her. She looks beautiful.
She's got to be the cleanest chug figure released since Studio Series Hot Rod.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing is beautiful.
Yeah,
There's
I don't
no
see
kibble.
much waffling on it. I bet in the arms there probably is, but they've done a good job at hiding it right now. But she's got tatas and she looks awesome. So really, really cool, and a big ass hammer. So she's like Ronan the Accuser if he was a robot. So for those that don't know who Ronan the Accuser is, please go look up Marvel or Guardians of the Galaxy. And then, of course, they did show off these crossovers. And I know Billy and I both agree, like especially with The Mandalorian, it's cool that they did it, but why'd they have to do it as Mando? Why not make that? Why not make the N1 have its own personality, right?
Yeah.
So kind of like Ecto 1 here. Ecto 1 is its own personality.
Yep.
N1 should
Ecto
have
1
its
was
own
good as
personality.
Ectotron. I
Yeah.
dig that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then these guys, I am so looking forward to them. I am so looking forward to them. That's all I'm going to say about that. Sunstreaker and Cordon. I did a review on the Bumblebee and Cliffjumper missing link.
I saw. I didn't get to watch it yet. I did see you uploaded it. That's on my first
which
task.
it's great, but I don't think it's $40 great. But of course, you're paying that import fee, all that kind of stuff, the Volkswagen licensing fee. All that kind of has to factor into it, but it's a really cool figure.
Do they really need the Volkswagen licensing when it's penny racer style?
I don't know, but on the back of the box it says officially licensed by Voltron. I mean, not Voltron.
By Voltron. Oh boy,
Yeah.
what's on your brain?
It's our new Daruger on that. But these two guys, they will be in my collection, which gives me hope that a Sideswipe and Red Alert will probably be on the way, or a Deep Cover, one of those guys.
If they do a Sideswipe in that missing link, it'll probably be the best Transformer ever made.
Ever.
Yeah, like
plain and simple.
Like just because that Gen 1 Sideswipe was the only official like Gen 1 toy that actually pulled off the look and feel from the tune. So now you're going to give us articulation. I can't even imagine what that's going to be like. So don't get my hopes up. These guys look great though.
They do. They absolutely do. Then they just announced the new EarthSpark figures with Soundwave and Hashtag.
Yep.
Soundwave looks really cool. He's got the bell bottoms, but I love the stealth bomber look there. So kind of an interesting take there. I never did watch any of the EarthSpark series, so I don't know much about it.
I tried. My son and I started watching EarthSpark, and I think we made it like 3 or 4 episodes in, and we just never went back.
Yeah,
it didn't grab us, if that makes any sense. The animation, like not the anime, like the designs of the characters take a little bit of getting used to. I do like that. That Soundwave reminds me of that Gen 2 Dreadwing. Was it?
Yes, yeah.
So that is why I keep going back and like thinking maybe I'll grab him. And yeah, Sideswipe would 100% be an instant buy. And Hashtag, listen, I think it's great that this series introduces new characters. It's what we say every week, that, you know, we need new characters. I was telling you before the show started, it's getting tiring buying the same characters over again. It's kind of squashing my love for these robots. Like I want something fresh. I want something new. I want to drool. And that at least is a sign of the right direction. She's not what I'm going to drool over, but it's the right direction.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the sound. I think I only have one figure from Earthspark, and that's Prime. That's the only one I've got. So, but all the others they've just kind of shelved. I bought my daughter. No, I would take that back. I bought my daughter Shockwave because Shockwave's her favorite character.
Who doesn't
Uh,
love Shockwave though?
that's it. Cold, heartless, calculating bastard he is. And then we have this collaboration with the South Korean clothing company Supreme. This came out of left field for
It's
me.
so weird.
Yeah. So is it straight up just a G1 reissue, just painted as Supreme, no missing link, kind of that kind of stuff, just a straight up?
I think it's the one from the 40th anniversary or whatever they just
Okay.
did. So that is
Yeah.
definitely not the missing link.
So weird. I'd like to see. I want to know what shot they were doing because this is on the green screen. So I wonder what they were going for. I'd love to see the finalized shot that they were going for on this.
I'm sure it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure it is too. And then Yellow Park. I have a feeling we have another kind of war on our hands between Yellow Park and Blokes or Blockies or however you say it. Aaron Blockies. So there we go. But just like New Age Magic Square, fans toys, fans hobby, all that kind of stuff. Now we have Yellow Park versus Blocks. And Yellow Park has their new kind of mini figures that they're coming out with here. And so we'll take a closer look. So we've got Cliff Jumper, RC, and is that Rodimus? Rodimus?
Yeah, that's that's Hot Rod.
Okay, I couldn't tell because the face is kind of blurry. I didn't,
Yeah,
anyway.
no, that's definitely got the younger look to it. The crest isn't as high as it. Like I feel like if they were going to do a Rodimus, you would have that Studio Ox higher crest.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I do not know why we can't see Zane Bono. So that is weird. Was he the one that you blocked last week?
That's what I think. I think I might have accidentally blocked him, and I can't figure out how the hell to unblock him.
I don't know either. Maybe we'll try to figure it out here. We'll do a little troubleshooting. I'm going to click this need help if you want to continue going on, and we'll figure out how to unblock
Yeah, can I move the slides?
Yep, absolutely. You should be able to. There should be some arrows there. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. All right. So I'm Prowl, Jazz, and Hound look absolutely stellar. This for me though isn't my thing. The Blokies, at least you can build with your kids, and they have that. They just have a vibe and a feeling to them. These are just Action Masters. They look good in the Gen 1 forms, but those Bayformers, those Bayformers are horrible. That Bayformer Optimus Prime, that looks like the Action Master one that came out like 20 years ago with the first movie. So no, those don't do it for me. Orion Pax looks good. Bumblebee looks good. But what's the sense in Transformers that don't transform? Sorry.
That's true. But the one that I'll
go back.
look for, what is that? What's the name of that company that we were talking about that looks really, really nice?
Oh, like from the Amelie's or hold on. I got to check out showzstore.com where you can use the reviewer code BTK.
All right, we're gonna work on getting you in, Zane Bono. We're gonna figure this out. Never fear on that. But yeah, we can go on to the next, which I'm excited about, is Magic Square on that. So
yeah, we can.
Let's see here.
Like there should be an option for like blocked users.
Yes, there should be.
And I couldn't.
One of those things we got to figure. Let me go into settings here. Maybe that's where it's at.
Well, since we're there, I'm going to just bring us up to that next slide, which another viewer brought up that we need a 6-shot. I mean, this Magic Square 6-shot looks perfect. There's no cleaner representation of the character in my mind. I love that it has pinned knuckles. Again, you've got a legend scaled figure with pinned knuckles and articulation. Given Magic Square's history and knowing that they started a plant for their Masterpiece scaled figures, I would not be surprised if we see this figure in the next 2 years show up in a larger scale, so long as it sells well enough when they do their Legends release.
Aha! I found it.
You found
let's
it.
See. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if he comes back on.
Is that who?
Say something. Say something.
Zane, talk to us. I hope I'm so sorry.
You did. You blocked him, man.
Oh my God. He's only like the sweetest person in the world. I literally talk to this guy every day through my channel. I've gotten emails. Like I'm so sorry. I've ruined it. I'm gonna. Oh,
But I
yeah,
think he should be coming back, hopefully.
hope so. Let me see if I can email him. Hold on.
So, but yeah, this six shot though, as you were saying, he's gonna take like 12 weeks to transform. It's gonna be a whole year. Magic Square making him, but look how clean he is. So you know everything. He's on. Yes,
Yes.
he is back. He is
Yes.
back on there. We figured it out. That's it for the live stream, folks. We figured out how to get Zane back. So tune in next week when. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, but but yeah, look at how clean everything is. So you know everything is hidden,
Yep.
and there's going to be a lot of tabbing. There's going to be a lot of paneling, and there's going to be a lot of cursing
I
as you
might just buy
transform this.
6.
Yeah, just buy.
That's it. I'll buy 6. I'll have one for each mode, and then I'll sell them, and I'll just let the buyer know that I'm not transforming it back to the original configuration.
That's it. That's it. But I'm
Done.
getting them. I definitely am because I mean it just looks great, and we all been calling for a six shot, so that is awesome. And then this is I'm excited about is DX9 Mini is getting into Super God Master Force and the Headmasters and stuff like that. So we got God Genrai. So hopefully we're gonna get a God Bomber coming down the road, and then also we have Brainstorm here. But this looks so much better than the Takara one already. But I know what you said. There's one thing that you just kind of like, maybe hopefully they fix it, but I don't know. What are your
I'm
thoughts?
hoping so. I agree. This looks better and is executed far better than the Takara Tomy offering. I think it is fantastic. It's a beautiful representation of the character, but I can't get over that Power Master. The way that that's inserted is just something is off. Maybe it'll look better painted. I don't
Maybe.
know, but that just doesn't work for me. It just
Yeah.
looks off. And
It's definitely got to be chromed out. It needs
yeah.
to be chromed out. It needs to be better. Yeah, absolutely. I would
Well, that's what I'm afraid of.
110%
So,
agree.
since you're saying it needs to be chromed out, DX9 Mini is working with Magic Square. Those figures have not been painted. They're all that Magic Square
Yeah.
vinyl. And uh,
Now, God, let's see. I've got one of the X9 Mini here. It is the
we
double
will
dealer.
never stop talking to you, brother. Sorry about that, Jimmy. But Zane over there is saying he was wondering why we stopped talking because I made a mistake, and I
That's
hope
it.
you can forgive me.
And so yeah,
Autocorrect
this
farmers busting my chops.
of course, this double dealer that they did.
Is that the
This
second release?
this is the first release
Okay,
of
I
it.
know they did one that was a more painted
Yeah,
deco.
and this one's not painted. It's all the regular plastic, but yeah, very Magic Square feeling on it. But we'll see what happens with that. So I'm looking forward to seeing uh, better prototypes, so to speak. So, but what I am excited about is this next slide because like I said, DX9 Minis is not going into Gen 1 or any of that kind of stuff. They
No,
said, let's go in on the other characters. So we've got Overlord coming. We've also got, who are those other ones? We got Overlord, Getaway, Slapdash, and Joyride.
there you go.
So that's who we got coming there. But that Overlord looks like it's going to be a beast. Even though
I
it's going
hope
to be
it's
Legend
sold as
scale,
2 separate pieces.
do you really? You have to buy both pieces to get it?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be
Man,
fun. I
that
don't
would
know.
suck if you got one and the other one sold out.
That's why you pre-order.
On Shozy with your reviewer code BTK.
I think you
Or
get
any,
these faster if you bought directly through Magic Square. I think it's
yeah,
great though that they're doing this because, as I said, I'm getting tired of buying the same fucking toys over and over again. I'm sorry for swearing, but it's very frustrating.
you're
Billy,
allowed one for a
yeah,
PG-13 show. So
whoop whoop, uh, boobs. So anyway, anyway, it's a really nice breath of fresh air, and I hope we get a full run like Headmaster Zone, Master Force. Let's just go.
just do it. Just go for it.
Just
That would
go
be
for it
awesome. And then our favorite little company that we talk about every
every
week,
week. Sorry for the grainy pictures,
QQT.
folks.
Yeah. So, hi-oh. All right. There we go.
How to do it.
Because Billy ate his Wheaties. So, but anyway, I think we're getting in close to the final stages
Yep.
of this Predaking. So of course we've got these two guys. This is their alt modes, and then here is that Predaking. Just again their model.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful for a core class.
No, that's good enough to go with my Legends display. Like that is beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. And then of course Scramble City got a couple Constructicons right there. So it was looks really, really cool. And we can't say that without showing you QQT's Constructicons. Now these are an early prototype. So these are of course probably going to be coming out after. But there's the alt form there. You can tell core, you can kind of see all the kind of seams and stuff like that, but still looks really, really good. You can tell it's early because this is the centerpiece and stuff is all looks like it's still made of wood
Yep.
there. But again, on that right hand picture, you see that whole Scramble City with the two Predacons.
That's Swoop. That's
Oh
Swoop.
wait, no, that's from Volcano. Yeah,
that's Swoop on one of the arms.
there we go.
So I love these figures. I think they look great, but I do think it's kind of sad that they look better than the Studio Series 86 Devastator offerings. If we can go back to the posability, just in the prototypes alone, like they're beyond posable. They're clean as can be. There's no waffling, and they have coherent alt modes. Like these guys are killing it. They're
Absolutely.
killing it.
Look at that Lewin in the background. It's just crazy. I'm
Oh,
still amazed how big that freaking thing is.
I know. I want it. I do, but I just can't. I
was
hope
so-
Overlord is not sold separately. Listen, they're probably not going to, but I would love to see them pull a stunt like that. I'm sorry.
I think I was like, what was I, 6th on Tim's wheel on that Lewin Resources?
Yes, you were like the top 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking on that one. I saw that picture of someone had him sitting on a couch, which is it's crazy. But yeah,
what
anyway,
should have happened in that game is one of us took first, one of us took second, and we each got a half.
That's it, and we would have to meet in the middle to let's form Voltron. So. All right, we're already off the rails. And now we got Dr. Wu. So you got Legends class, and then you got Wu class with the Wu-Tang Clan right here with Metroplex. Looks amazing. He just does. Now, Dr. Wu's not for everybody. I think this Dr. Wu scale would probably scale really, really well with that Metro. So imagine, and we'll show you a picture here in just a moment too as well. But what are your thoughts on, of course, the bot mode on this guy?
So I'm not a Dr. Wu collector, but I fully appreciate the Dr. Wu magic. And I think this is great. I think it looks great. It's a fully functional Metroplex that's probably like 7 inches tall. Like it's wild. It's great.
And you get all the modes. You also still get you get Scamper and 6-gun.
And look how clean it is.
And then you get and then if you want to store it, you can just put it in a box.
Yeah, that's great. Real quick, Derek over here, Autocorrect Primer, said that that core class Devi looks great. He just ordered the New Age Devastator. That is the one to go with, if you ask me. He looks like he came right out of Heavy Metal War. And well, if Hasbro sticks to their word on going more gaming and less on toys, third-party companies are going to thrive really well. I believe Ultra Megatronus, they made an announcement today that they're going into the video game industry. So they're going to be gaming and then toys. So yeah, that's what's going on. And
gaming first, toys second. They still got stuff down the pipeline. But again, I think what their CEO wants them to be as an IP company.
Correct.
And just being able to license that, just kind of like how Marvel licensed out to Mezco, Mayfax, all those kind of stuff. That's what Hasbro's
I'm cool with that. I support that. You know, as long as we still get the figures, I don't care who's making them, especially with the quality we've been getting out of them anyway. That Triptychon and Metroplex battle is awesome.
It does. It looks freaking cool. But yeah, Ultra Megatronus, tune in next week because we're going to be talking more with Joe about that whole Hasbro announcement too, as well, and kind of his thoughts on that. So then here it is, Daddy holding baby right there. So
that's just wild. That's just
crazy.
Wild.
It's great. And then, of course, you got brothers right there hanging out. just on top. That's just nuts. It is. Let's get into something cute. So Laser Cat Toys, which made the new Predaking, which I'm excited to open because I finally got them in the mail. This is their sneak peek at their Beast Wars line, and they're going to be starting out with Megatron. So I know this is not your style, Billy, but what are your thoughts on this?
This I like. I actually like this. I want to see the final product. I might pick this up. I'm a sucker for Beast Wars. All right. I think it's the greatest series ever in Transformers. Right. And these guys, if they do this with like a soft, I don't want ultra details. I want soft, uber cute, like stupid cute. I would buy this and I'd have it just sitting on the shelf, like at work, probably.
And do like a helium David K voice with him or something like that. So,
oh yes, shit like that.
Almost like a gizmo.
Yeah.
Autocorrect said, yeah, Hasbro's new IP that they are coming out with is a new game, and it's called Exodus.
That's interesting. I think he sent me the link for that, but I've just been swamped and I have not looked at anything anybody sent me. I think just
it's been a crazy week.
JR kind of kept it simple. He sent me pictures of the toys and that was it. And I didn't have to read. I didn't have to talk.
I'm all about pictures. I am all about pictures. And then, of course, we got that Predaking here and the Volcanicus. This is celebrating Chinese New Year. I do have my copy. Did come in the mail. I am going to be filming him tomorrow. So that is him. And look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me I'm trying to zoom me in.
That is beautiful.
The Last Supper right there. So what's cool about the box too is if you want to just display it as a window box, you can. So which is really, really neat. And so I am super, super excited. Now the Volcanicus, I am going to combine once for a review, but he'll probably go back into Dinobot mode. But I am all in on Lucky Cat. I've got their Steel City Commander Optimus Prime. I have yet to do a review on too as well. Billy, you would crucify me if you came in my garage and saw how many things are still in boxes. So
I get it.
Yeah. How many thoughts? What are your thoughts on these guys here?
It's not my style, but they pull it off fantastically, right? These look fun. If they weren't $100, if it was like 50 to 75, I probably would have bought them and then been a sucker and had to buy every set. What? Why are you laughing at me?
Zane Bono's announcement, his comment.
If you guys really see me, it'll be. Well, if you're doing the three amigos, I'll be the third amigos. One for each other and all for one. The three brave amigos are we. Don't get me started. I'll quote that movie from start to finish.
We got to do the salute, the three amigos salute on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. You already did it. There we go.
Sorry,
you missed out on me. There we go. I love that movie. That is one of my all-time favorite. I mean, Chevy Chase, Martin Short, Steve Martin, great cast.
It's perfect.
Yeah, he shot the Invisible Swordsman.
I just want to say hi to Uncle Dave's Movie and Toy Channel. What's up, Uncle Dave?
Awesome.
But yeah, these are rad. And
you can see their Bruticus and their Abominus.
They're making moves.
It's a niche market for those that love this kind of stuff.
But I bet they look like they're such good quality. I'm probably going to watch your review and my stupid ass will be like, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah. Deluxe just did his. Deluxe is just posted. So I may kind of look at his too as well and see kind of what his thoughts are. Because he always is happy and joyful with that kind of stuff. And so we'll see what he does. He has a nice way of putting companies down too as well. So finally did someone talk about the Three Amigos? Absolutely. And we may do a whole show on that and have Billy just quote it from start to finish.
Listen, we could just do the film. Like we could just portray the characters and see how we go. Whoever wants to be El Guapo, you're more than welcome.
Just saying I have a plethora of piñatas.
Yes, El Guapo. Jefe, what is a plethora?
Forgive me, El Guapo, for I do not have the superior intellect and education.
All right, we are gearing way off. Almost as good as Spaceballs. It depends on the day of the week. Yeah, right? They are neck and neck for me.
They are.
And last 2.5.
Last and but not least, my totally different but not quite is Lego announced their brick heads. And if any of y'all have ever done their brick heads from their like the Star Wars line, the Harry Potter line, the Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Disney, and all that good stuff. They are fun to do. I do them with my kids, and I think this will be a fun thing to do, especially if you have kids. This is again another cute thing you can do. I think probably you're looking at probably about a $20 to $40 price range. I'm probably going to say it's going to lean to $40 for these guys because Legos ain't cheap. They are not. So, Billy, thoughts?
Love them. They're cute as hell, and I'm probably going to build both of them with my son as long as they're affordable. Like 20 to 40, we're cool. If I go in there and it says $70, not happening.
That's it. But that's $70. They better have gold bricks in that thing.
Listen, Legos are ridiculously expensive, man. I just can't get past half the cost of some of them.
Yeah, that's crazy because I missed out on the Voltron set, and now that set sells for like $500 to $700.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Crazy. That is.
Would you mind if I kiss you under the veranda?
Oh, the lips will be fine. It's a mail plane. How do you know?
You see the two little balls? the two little balls. All right. Anyway.
Awesome. So that's all we got for the news. Kind of a lighter news day. We still kind of took up some time with that because we had to get Zane Bono back on.
Yeah.
We did our mission. If anything else was accomplished today, we got Zane back on here. But really, we want to get into the meat of the subject today. And it is about some of y'all, if you're on here, maybe you're watching this as a replay. And some of y'all on here have YouTube channels too as well. So we want to talk about kind of like, hey, how do I start? How do I grow a channel? How do I do that? What are some of the things that y'all learned along the way? What are some things that some tips and tricks and stuff? And I would encourage y'all to put in the chat any tips, tricks, or anything like you have, maybe how you started or anything like that too as well. So Billy, how long have you been on YouTube?
I think 4 years.
Okay.
4 or 5 years, somewhere in there. Long story short, I was jumping on YouTube, watching Transformers reviews and other. Oh, hold on real quick. Brick Builder Prime. They will be $19.99 US. I will buy both of them.
Absolutely.
Done. I was getting tired of coming on YouTube, looking for advice on a toy, and everybody telling me that it's this great toy and I have to get it. And I go out and I buy it and it's a piece of garbage. And the only reason they were saying it is they were sponsored by some company that was telling them to tell me that their product is good. And I swore to myself I would never let that happen. And I still have not. Like, there's nothing on my channel that I will tell you it's good. I don't care if someone sends it to me for free. If it's garbage, it's garbage. So I fell into watching Bobby Skullface and I was like, hey, this guy's honest. And I said, I'm going to do it. But as I started, I realized I didn't really know what I was doing. And I got a lot of advice from Ben Yee. I don't know if you know who Ben Yee is, but Ben Yee is the owner of BWTF.com. When Beast Wars was on TV and the internet was just starting, Benson went out and he started this website. And at the time, it was BeastWarsTransformers.com. And you'd go there, you get your Beast Wars news, you'd get reviews of the figures. And it just blew my mind that this guy, he was the man, and I idolized him. I went to BotCon 01, and I looked for him everywhere I could. And ultimately, as Beast Wars faded out, he turned it into Ben's World of Transformers, and it's still going strong today. He's invited by Hasbro to some of their events, and he's just a wonderful guy. Then I found out he lives in New Jersey like me, and it was like, oh, you got to be kidding me, So I reached out to him, and he just gave me some excellent advice and basically taught me, as long as I'm doing this because I love what I'm doing, and I love the figures, I'll always find my niche. I'll find where I'm going. If I'm doing it out of a spite situation or expecting something for free out of it, then I'm doing it wrong. It's just that simple. But Ben was a huge influence on me. And then, again, Bobby Skullface was the reason I got into it. Like, Bobby was just so honest that I was like, I can do that. Real quick, Uncle Dave wants to know, do you know anything for My Little Pony things? Believe it or not, yeah. My daughters loved My Little Pony, and so does my wife. So, yeah, if you want to talk My Little Pony, you can reach out anytime. We could do that. Autocorrect primer. I almost blocked you, bud. I have a touch screen. My computer's a touch screen. So
I have the the window open, so if anyone gets blocked, I will unblock you.
Fix it. He will
If
save
you're
the day.
blocked accidentally,
Yeah.
I will go back in. But if I get a private message from Billy that says, "Yeah, just don't, just kind of let that guy stay,"
Look, I
yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, I agree. You shouldn't have sponsorships, but these world's best gummy bears by Albanese, you really can't. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm all for sponsorships. I have 3 sponsors, and I
Mhm.
respect them to the fullest. But all 3 of them know that if they give me a figure and I don't feel it's worth the money, I'm not going to tell my fans or followers that it's worth it just
Yeah,
because somebody gave me something. It's not who I am.
I agree,
Like
100%.
I just reviewed the New Age gear set, and I'm a New Age fanboy. I'm a big New Age fanboy, but I did not rave about them. I stated Magic Square pulled it off better. They are, in my opinion, not that great. They're not finished product. So, you know, no, I cannot be trusted with the block button. Um, and yes, I'm a stalker. That's how I got my wife. 2 years stalking, and she married me. All right, we're
There
good.
we go. That's he put out like, will you go on a date and just cut it out in random magazines and just kind of.
No, no, no. I worked at Toys R Us, and I worked in the back unloading the trucks, and she was walking around the aisle, and I followed her around for like an hour. And when she got to the ball pit, I went up to the ball pit and I said, "So, you like balls, huh?" And that was it, man. It was love at first sight. And
So that so that's
20
what you
years
call
later.
your the ball pit. All right,
So
sweet.
anyway, enough about me. What brought you into this, and why are you
Uh,
here? Why
well,
are you
yeah.
such a friendly face for these people?
I've always been a friendly face. That's just who I am. I've always been kind of that encourager type of person. So I didn't. My channel's still relatively young. I know yours is young, but mine is like it'll be 2 years old in March, like March 11th or something like that.
Yeah.
So I will send a pigeon.
So funny
Zane is on
story.
fire.
My neighbor actually breeds pigeons for like homing pigeons and racing. Mike Tyson has bought several pigeons from my neighbor, so we can get that.
Pigeons.
We can get that taken care. He's touching my birds. So anyway,
So yeah, I started. What got me started was, well, I've been collecting stuff, and I tell all my friends, hey, this is a really cool figure. You should probably get it and stuff like that. And I'd get people to buy these things because I was so passionate about it and sharing with them. And so they finally said, you should probably just share it with us online, and things like that. So I said, you know what? Well, I'll try that. And so I started doing my research because I was like, surely there's no adult unboxing first impression people, because I know my daughter watched all these like kids that do it,
yep,
that Ryan's World and Evan Tube, all those guys. So she would watch those, and I'm like, surely there's not. And then I ran across channels like yours, Billy, Raziel Kane, Deluxe, Patriot Prime, Bobby
yep,
Skullface, Jobby the Hong, who's crazy. Uh, but I started watching these, and I was like, oh, wow, there are people that will watch this. So I just decided to get started. And I thought, what's going to be my thing? And first, it would be first impressions, give you my thoughts. And I want you to I want your feeling to be like you were traveling back in time as you were a kid and you were playing with these things for the very first time. Because that's what it is. Because a lot of times your first impressions, like I've got figures now that I've had for a while that, if I did a review on them again, I would probably change my opinion.
really,
But you get starstruck when you first open it up, and you're like, "Oh, this is Optimus Prime." This was, I remember having the G1 Optimus Prime, and this one looks so cool and it's so posable, but it's a beast to transform. Now, I am not the best person to transform anything. Like my longest videos to film are Transformer videos. Those just take, and I think that's probably true with everybody, because you have to do the bot mode, transform it. And if you transform on screen, you have to make sure you're doing really well with that, and
yep.
then you do the alt mode, or you do the alt mode then the bot mode or whatever, and so it does take a while. But I just decided to share my passion, and that's where it kind of went with that. And I learned along the way. At first I thought like I had to have the best camera, I had to have this or that, but then I've heard, these things, these guys right here
Yep.
are so freaking powerful, and you can do a lot with this and this alone. What you have to do is, I'll tell you this, and if you want my piece of advice, and this is just the one thing, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're not going to make everyone happy. There's always going to be someone angry, but the majority of the people will love what you do if you're passionate about it. Because passion is contagious. If you're truly passionate about it and you're sharing your passion and you're sharing your thoughts about it, people like, I have people that tell me all the time, I don't know what you do, but I have fun watching you do it. That's kind of how I got started, and a lot of my inspiration came from from your channel, Billy, from Raz and these guys and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and then finally getting to meet you, and it was just like, this is really 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 cool to do that. Now my channel is more than just Transformers, just like
Yes, it is.
so I do Transformers. Mainly my shtick is Transformers, big ass robots, and then anime and superhero figures. Every now and then I'll sprinkle Star Wars in, but Star Wars has not been impressing me lately. So I just kind of have stayed away, and I've started dabbling into Hot Toys a little bit, which is a dangerous game on that, folks. A dangerous game. But that's where I am. I'm kind of a well all around. So you may not see as many Transformer reviews from me, but you'll see like anime, you'll see superheroes and that kind of stuff. So all things pop culture.
So, real quick, Sophia Carson played her. I think that's 2001. She did great. My daughters, I have a 18-year-old and a soon to be 17-year-old. So that is my kids' generation. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. I forget the characters. I just watched A Very Minty Christmas with my family at Christmas time. So, that's all good stuff. Autocorrect primer almost got blocked again. Passion is the key. Passion is absolutely
El
everything.
Passion.
Yeah, it is everything. Brick Builder wants to know, this is what I'm really happy here. What editing program do you use? Just like Jimmy said, the iPhone is everything. I literally use iMovie. Okay. I edit everything on iMovie. I've learned the program. It's good to go. Every once in a while, I see I maybe left something in and made a mistake, and I'll just use the YouTube editor. It's a little bit harder to use, but iMovie is just fine for me. I have no programs on my computer at all. I sit on my phone. Everybody falls asleep. I sit on the phone, throw on the headset, and I just edit away with my fingers. Jimmy, what do you use?
Yeah, I've got hot dog fingers, so it's really tough for me to do on my phone because I've got big fat fingers and stuff like that. I do use iMovie, but I use it on the computer. So
Okay.
I have a Mac Mini. I've got the new Mac Mini, which is really great. I work for the fruit company, so which is awesome. But yeah, I use iMovie. I've started dabbling in Final Cut, but really you don't need to get into that. Just because unless you're wanting to get into all the color correction, all that kind of stuff and crazy things, all you got to know is where to cut and where to slice, and just put some music underneath it and things like that. So that's what I use. I do it on a Mac. Every now and then I'll default to my phone if I'm doing something like a live or something like that, or if I'm on location somewhere and I don't have a computer, because I can't bring my Mac Mini with me, so
Yeah.
that's where my phone comes in handy on those things. But that's what I use. And then Billy, I assume your camera is your phone.
Everything's on my phone.
Cool.
So ultimately, we are going to be building 2 more rooms, one of which will be a studio. And then you heard me, I said, what camera do you use? Things like that. Once we build the studio, I will upgrade to a computer with killer software and all that. Real quick, New York Impressions agrees about iMovie. They use it on the desktop. Brick Builder Prime states, I have a Motorola phone. I have no idea what programs would even be possible with that. You might want to save it to your computer
Yeah.
and edit on the.
If you before the ban had downloaded CapCut, that was a good one that you could use. But now that CapCut, if you still have it on your phone, you can still use it. But if you ever deleted it from your phone, you can't get it back right now. So CapCut is a good free editor that's great for Android or phones and things like that. So CapCut is one of those that I would recommend. I've played around with it for my shorts. Just because one thing that I don't like about iMovie that I wish it would do on the computer, I haven't played around too much on the mobile, is the vertical.
Yep.
On that, so it still just does the 16:9, and you have to kind of crop it all in and things like that. But CapCut lets you do the vertical videos on that. And Final Cut lets you do that too as well. But yeah, for as far as my equipment, I'll show you all here. This is my let me see if I can maximize. So I'm using a Sony ZV-1. I started with my phone. So this is when I started my channel. I started with this. And then I got this camera. Now the ZV-1F, it's a $500 camera, which is one that's really good. It has a wider angle lens. But this has a mode on it called product shot, and where it will automatically focus in on the product that's in front of you. I've stopped using that because sometimes it's kind of a little bit wonky, but I also use a wireless lav from Sarmonic. That's what I use too as well. And then when I'm out doing lives and stuff like that, or doing like a convention, I'll replace this with a shotgun and I'll do it with that. But
Nice.
yeah, this is a great camera. Sony makes a good one because what I love about it is if I am doing one of those kind of face, it has that screen that kind of pulls out. The screen does swivel, everything like that too as well. It's a really good camera. This one, if you were to pick it up at Best Buy right now, I think it's like $600 or $700, so it's not bad. But save your shekels for it. But that's a good one there too as well.
I just have to explain myself. Zane Bono wants to know what's up with the Archie Bunker background. Where are my
Boy, the
figures?
Wiggling Miller played.
So my wife is very sick. She's got the flu or something, and she is in the room that I usually host from. So I am downstairs in my dining room, and that is my bay window that overlooks a hiking trail right outside. So yeah, that's that. JR is stating that the chat is not showing everything for some reason.
That is
That's not
interesting.
good. Thank you for letting us know.
I am looking through the settings on the chat.
And tell Beast Wars Collector hello. We absolutely loved having him on. Hopefully he'll want to be back. And yeah, the phone to edit the videos, it's easy for me. And yes, we do see you, Ultra Megatronus. I do want to say, don't get too overworked about like the people, because you're going to get comments from some people that are just there because they live to put people down. If you're happy with what you're producing and what you're putting out, put it out and be proud of that. It's the only way you'd even overcome somebody like that. Easiest way to put it. Hold on. Yeah, I tried putting the site that I use for editing and it blocked me twice. So maybe the link itself is being blocked by Restream. I'm not sure, but I couldn't answer that. But yeah, some of you are going to see some trolls or deal with some people that are negative. Just forget it and go forward. If you're making someone angry with your videos, that means they're watching you every time you upload your video. So negative reactions are good reactions. I have the same person that gives me a thumbs down on every video. I know who it is. I went to war with them a couple years ago with our reviews, and it is what it is. Norm,
Norbs,
you missed so much, bro.
gosh, we
Honestly.
gave away a Studio Cell Unicron.
Yep.
And what else was there? There was, I think you hit the lottery numbers. We
Yep.
talked about that a little bit.
Yep.
Yes, you missed me.
Jimmy G was pole dancing with Voltron. And the other thing is, you're going to have people that they're going to want to talk to you and they're going to want to ask you questions and answer them. Take the time and speak with the people. I've made friends through my review channel that I consider lifelong friends now. These are people that I know are going to be around. I don't even care if I never upload another video. They're still going to be my friend. And that's the best part. Truly embrace your community and see what comes to you. Like for me, my knockoff reviews and my Jurassic World reviews get more views than any Transformers I ever upload. Period.
Here's the cool thing about, and it's the trolls will always be around. Here's the cool thing, like you said, they're watching. And the YouTube algorithm is a mysterious, strange thing. But one of the things it looks at is engagement. And whether you get negative comments or positive comments, likes or dislikes, that's considered engagement by YouTube. And that only helps your channel, believe it or not. It doesn't hurt it. at all, it only helps your channel. Where it does hurt is if you delete that comment or anything like that. Now, there are some comments I'll delete that are derogatory and things like that. I will not let that happen. But because someone disagrees or says a figure's crap, that's fine. That's their opinion, and everyone's entitled to it. But definitely that engagement piece. Don't let it discourage you when you see that. Let it encourage you, because people are watching your videos. And
Always.
what happens is then YouTube sees that and they go, okay, well, let's start putting these videos in front of other people and things like that. And then next thing you know, you're going to have videos that kind of blow up because they start getting more rotation and things like that. So, so what, if you can tell me, Billy, a question I have. So what are some of the mistakes you made early? And what are some of the things, if you had to tell someone who is just starting out a channel,
Yep.
what are the couple things that you say, these are the things you absolutely need to do?
So I feel you always need to have consistency.
Mhm.
That's the most important thing to me. I don't care if your background is a sheet from, your childhood, but make sure it's always that same consistency. You want the same quality of the review. So I'm not saying to script it out, but know what it is that you're going to try to touch as your basis points every review. So I don't have a script. You know this. I'm a live
Yeah.
reaction reviewer, but I know that I always want to go over the quality of the sculpts, the quality of the paint, my articulation, and my final thoughts. Let's call it. You just want to make sure you have that consistency so that when people return, they know what they're going to get. You don't want to be random and explosive. You always want to engage your people. Just like you said, negative comments are still comments. Sometimes I've had people leave negative comments and I shot back and I ended up making friends with them because they liked that I was opinionated. Never try to emulate another reviewer.
Correct.
Okay. You don't ever want to come out and be, Jimmy G's biggest fan. So now you're going to start using his lines and doing his thing. You really need to. It's just like pro wrestling. You have to invent yourself. You have to be you. You have to be a louder version of you. Big M, what's up? The biggest pro wrestlers are always characters that are a larger representation of the character inside the person portraying it. So when you're emulating something, emulate yourself. I don't sound like this on all my reviews. I kind of get into it, and there's like a little bit of voice acting in there.
Little radio voice.
Yeah.
It's 95 degrees out on the freeway, and now we have Journey's Don't Stop Believing on WKR 90.7.
Just a small town girl. Sorry. So anyway, yeah, like that's all. And then my don'ts, like I said, I had a like a year-long battle with a very big reviewer. I'm not going to drop names at all, but I would drop a line in my channel, which at the time was very dirty. Don't do that either. You don't want to be dirty.
The algorithm will.
You get thrown to the side. That's why I've rebranded, because I lost a lot. But I would drop a one-liner, and this reviewer would constantly show up with a review like a month later and have that line. And it got to the point where we were back and forth, and I absolutely despise this big reviewer. I'm not going to say who it is at all, but if you look at some of my reviews from 2 years ago and some of their reviews from 2 years ago, you'll see the back and forth. And that's pettiness that doesn't need to happen here. And that's it. So no pettiness. Always be professional. Always have consistency. Consistency is huge. That's the biggest thing for me. What about you?
I'll tell you one thing I learned, and Zane Bono will attest to this, is know when you made a mistake and be willing to kind of fess up to it. So I did a review on MHZ Toys' Grimlock that came with Wheelie, that little, that oversized KO of New Age. Came with I said it was a Wheelie that comes with a free Grimlock. Pretty much. But in that review, I would say I'm going to review this Wheelie 2 as well, and I totally forgot him. Left it out, and then I get this. I get from Zane. He I don't know if it was from a message or whatever it may be. He's like, man, he goes, I really wanted to see that Wheelie, and you didn't talk anything about that. And so what I did was I went and I created another video and said, hey, I told you all I was going to do this, and I apologize. Thank you to fan Zane, Zane Bono. So we're going to talk all about Wheelie, and the Wheelie that you'll pay $40 for. You do get this free Grimlock, but we'll put him to the side. And we talked all about that Wheelie, compared him, and things like that too as well. And that helped me. I mean, and Zane's just been a great encouragement. If y'all don't know who Zane is, if you see him on your channel, if you see him on your Facebook page, reach out to him. He's a really amazing guy, and a great encourager. And like when we first started the Forge, he sent us great feedback on things that we can kind of correct. So that's why you don't hear Billy talk as much anymore, because no, I'm just kidding.
But no, you're right. You're right. I'm guilty as charged.
But listening to those and knowing and admit to your mistake. Now, don't say, hey, I was wrong, if you were really right. Don't be like, hey, I admit I was wrong because this reviewer said that this is a piece of crap figure. If you like that figure, then you liked it. That's the thing about toys. It's all subjective, and things like that to whoever, whatever. Like I think this Voltron that I just reviewed from Action Toys is the best Voltron out there, even better than Blitzway, because it's very animation accurate. And people say, oh, it's too small. It's this or that. And it's horrible. The head's too this. What are you talking about? I was like, that's your opinion. It's great, but I love it. I think it looks good. And so I would say that is just make sure that you're honest in your reviews. If you have to go back and revisit one, then do it. I had someone ask me one time, hey, can you revisit your reviews on your McFarlane Toy Demon Slayers? And I did that. I said, 1 month later, how are these figures? And then as I got to play with them, it made that happen. So I would say kind of my piece of advice is just with feedback, and that's what I consider every comment is feedback. Is you it's kind of like the facts of life. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have
facts of life.
Facts of life. There we go. Or eat the meat and spit out the bones is what someone told me one time. Is there's an element of truth in everything, and you just got to find that and make that happen. And that's what I've learned early in life, because I was a full-time minister for 15 years, and that's where you can kind of see, oh, that's why you can talk, and that's why you have the gift of gab on that, because that does help out. But it came with learning how to speak and learning those things and taking that feedback and making that happen. So that would, for me, is one of those things that I learned early on in my channel is feedback is valuable. And if you're not getting it, ask for it. Like if you have a channel and you say, hey, Billy, Jimmy, can you look at it and you give me some honest feedback about it? We'll definitely do that. We'll be more than glad to. Absolutely. And give us feedback. We want it too as well. Where can we be better? That's what we want to have. So let's look at the chat, see what's going on.
I agree with you. Now, there is one thing neither of us brought up that I think is essential for especially an up-and-coming YouTuber, and that's live chats like this, live streaming. Even if you're not with a group, if you don't have content, let's say you want to do weekly reviews, you don't have the money to do it, or you don't have a store near you to do it, you can always go on a live stream and talk to people about what's coming up. Autocorrect Primer's in here. Autocorrect Primer, when I first started, reached out and brought me into a community for all of us. And it really helped me learn. And I learned what I wanted to do and what I didn't want to do, because I was being exposed to a lot of different reviewers. And some of their personalities were not where I wanted to be. And some of them were so influential that I changed the way I did things. It's weird. BTK's channel, I can see JR and Derek before he left. Everyone else is on Jimmy's channel. Can you guys in the chat see JR? Oh, so he's having issues here. I
can see JR.
Yeah, I've absolutely seen JR. But yeah, if you can absolutely get in with a group, they're there. Here's Autocorrect Primer. Helping each other is a good thing. I mean, we are a community here. We are a very rare breed of people that love toys so much that we can talk about them regularly, be it alone or in a group. So definitely don't be afraid to make friends. Most of us are not nasty people. Happy accident, we're always happy to see. And Norbs, agreeing with autocorrect.
Norbs is probably the most positive guy I know on the entire planet.
It's either Norbs or Deluxe.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
they both, poor positiveness. Um, and autocorrect, same way. Like I'll show up and they'll be like mail, and it'll be something that he drew up for my son. He drew an amazing Batman for my son. My son was in a Batman kick, and just like you, I have not reviewed it yet, but I did receive that Beast Wars Megatron, and I truly appreciate it. I was
Yeah.
not expecting to come home and seeing a Metals Megatron on my desk. My wife sent me pictures, and mind is blown. She's like, "What did you buy now?" I said, "I swear I didn't." Uh, but that I will get to work on that. Um,
Yeah.
fight,
Uh,
fight, fight. I try not to. I was a touring musician for goodness gracious over 20 years. I've been all over the country singing, and I kind of learned how to work a crowd, and I learned how to talk to people, which is why if you see me at a convention, I'm always easy to come up and say hello to. The other thing is conventions. Go to these places, meet the
yeah.
people, sit down on the reviewer panels. I know we get excited for the third party or the first party panels, but there's reviewer panels out there with guys that are so willing to share their knowledge. You brought them up already, but you've got Bert the Stormtrooper, you've got Patriot Prime, you've got Deluxe Baldwin, who have all been happy to help people. Patriot Prime does a site rep where he helps up and coming reviewers. There's people out there that are happy to help.
Absolutely. I know in the chat, and if y'all have in the chat, if y'all have any tips, tricks, definitely put it in there because we want to just share all this out to everybody on this. So I know there's a couple things. I love what Raz says. Norbs is happy positive, but Deluxe is sensual positive. So that's
It's the
that.
fireplace, right? It's that damn fireplace at the end of the videos.
That's it. It's like, oh yeah. And NY said it's an ever ongoing evolution. Amen to that.
Started in my
Uh,
living room. I review in my office now. Yeah, things change as you get ideas.
yeah.
Honestly, my wife comes up to me and she'll be like, "I watched your review, and you need to do A, B, C, and D." And I fight her tooth and nail. And then A, B, C, and D shows up from Amazon, such as a new lighting system or a sound system or whatever, and it's 9 times out of 10 it's a hit. There's always people around you that watch you and try to give you some advice. And what as a musician you learn that just because you're the front man doesn't mean you're the best or the smartest. There's always someone out there that's got an opinion that could really help you out.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. And you bring up a great point, and I think especially with YouTube, you do got to kind of like if you want to grow your base and you want to grow things, you do have to network, and you do have
100%.
to. I am an introvert at heart. That is me. Billy, you are an extrovert at the utmost level. I am an introvert. Like if I'm out in a convention, I am quiet a lot of the
I
times.
think I saw you and started screaming like
Yeah, you're like, "Ah!" and so and
in line with people.
that's it. That's it. But my first convention where I think I was at about 500 subscribers, I went to TFCon in Orlando and I saw Deluxe and Patriot and all these guys, and I was just too afraid to go talk to them because that's just me. I just don't go out there to do that. And so one of the things I had to make as a goal of myself is to get better at talking with other people, force myself to do that. And I would have to I thank God for a community that I became a part of with Ultra Megatronus, who's here in the chat.
Yep.
I started just kind of just commenting on seeing their lives and just chatting, and then he invited me on, and I was able to make some really, really amazing friends with Diecast and with NY Hunter, Darth Ravage, some of these other YouTubers and stuff like that, that I would have never gotten a chance to meet on that. But you do need to. There's a few things that I would say that helped me grow too as well. Consistency is a key. Always be consistent in your uploading.
Yep.
Like at least upload once a week. That's what I would say. Shorts will get you subscribers a lot of times. Wait, no, we don't want that. We don't thumbs up. There we go. Shorts. That's weird. Hey, we do 2 thumbs, we get fireworks. There we go. So
Is that with this?
I don't
No,
know.
it's you with some damn friggin' thing.
It's it's because I'm an Apple employee. So don't do that. You don't want to see what comes when you do that. But I started doing. A buddy of mine told me to start doing some shorts and things like that. So I started seeing subscribers from that.
Yep.
And then your long forms is what gets you the views. So here's the thing: if you're some of y'all might be thinking, how do you get monetized on YouTube? Now, if your goal is to get monetized or to make money on YouTube, let me tell you something. You're going to be a long way away from there. A long time and a long way. Just know that if your goal is to quit your job and become like EvanTube or any of these other people, Jobby, or any of these guys that have like millions of followers or 100,000 followers, that took time.
Yep.
And it takes a lot of time. You got to start with passion, and you got to start with anything you do. You have to start with that. But shorts will get you subscribers. Your long form will get you the views, because you do need to start out. YouTube has it where it's like 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, and you can start doing memberships and super thanks and stuff like that. And then that's in a year. In a 12-month period, you got to get that. To get to where you're getting ad revenue, you have to have 4,000 subscribers and 5,000 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. I'm mixing it all up, and 4,000 watch hours on that. And that's in a 12-month period. Once you get that, you'll never lose it on that. So just know that. So those things. So that's why long form videos. I know a lot of people who have tons of subscribers, but very few watch hours, because all they do is shorts. And that's all they do. In shorts, you have to have like millions of views on shorts.
Yeah, 3.7 million views. Just so you know, 4 years later, I'm still not monetized in any way because I'm short on the watch hours by like 300 hours.
No.
Yeah, nowhere near it. Never going to happen. Like I said, I don't do this for money and free stuff. I literally do this because I love the toys.
I do it for all the free stuff, like Albanese gummy bears, the world's best gummy bears that you can ever buy.
I'm a Haribo guy. But, yeah.
I'm kidding. My wife bought these for me. I'm a Haribo guy too, as well. I won't tell her that, but I disapprove. I'm actually not a respecter of gummy bears. All gummy bears are equal in my eyes, except for sugar-free ones. And if you ever want a good kick, read the reviews on sugar-free gummy bears on Amazon. They're amazing. But I can't. Yeah, I thought you were monetized, Billy.
Nowhere near. I don't have enough watch hours. Just like New York Hunter, like I can't get it. It's. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up now. Now you got me thinking, because I want the exact dashboard content. So if I have 2,452 public watch hours out of the 3,000 needed. It does not change. It has not changed.
However, wow.
Yeah, it has been like that for the last 3 years. Like I've got the subs, I've got everything else, I've got the uploads, but I just don't, it is what it is.
The algorithm gods are fighting you right now.
Well, I said dirty words quite often. We'll see what happens now that I don't swear. But I really do say, guys, like, for me, don't swear. Get that out of there. Take the swearing out. You don't need to do it.
You can be PG-13. You can say a few things.
No. But I was more like Christmas Vacation, about to, lose my mind.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, where he's trying to get his car.
You could start by wiping that, smile off your rosy effing cheeks. Like, whole 9 yards. That was every review, But it is what it is. And then the other thing is mixing it up. Never get yourself stuck in a rut of just one brand of figures. Because, if you're coming in to be a Transformers reviewer, there's so many out there that you're lost. It's not happening. Most of us collect multiple brands. Definitely go in for those other brands and get it out there. I agree. Just fun for me. Life. I do more shorts now. I try to do the shorts, but like I want my shorts to stand out and be different. Yeah. And until I could figure out what's going to make my shorts what they need to be, and I know what it is, I just don't have the time to do it.
I love what Raz is doing. Have you seen what Raz is doing?
I have not. I've not even.
So Raz, he takes these TikToks or shorts that these girls say, "Hey, this is what women really want in a man," and then he would cut it and say a Titans Return Triptychon and things like that.
That's good. That's original. Awesome. That's beautiful. That's what I'm coming to say the night.
At M's, yeah. There's an Albanese factory close to him, so I'm there.
Oh, that's awesome. I
So
always thought swearing was a good thing. I did too, but then all of a sudden I realized that my views went, I don't know what happened, but I was getting hundreds of views to 20 views. And I'm like, time out. This is not making any sense. With my advice
oh
from it, yeah. And
yeah,
bro, you found your thing, and I hope it's successful, and I hope it brings you millions.
it's great. It's great. It's funny. You should watch some of them. They're really
I,
good.
I'm going to tonight. Everybody's
Yeah.
asleep, so once this is over, I'll just go get lost down that rabbit hole.
They're really great on that. And then of course, if you're not subscribed to Raziel Kane, he's got some amazing content too as
I
well.
know
Uh,
I know I'm subscribed, but for whatever reason, it doesn't come up in my suggested feed. I don't know
yeah.
why.
And that's the thing, supporting other channels, getting to know, always be a continual learner.
Yep.
Uh, so I watch others for enjoyment, but I also watch others to kind of see like, hey, what are they doing that I really like? That I'm not going to steal it, but I'll make it my own
Yeah. Find a
or
way to
whatever it
do it.
may be. Like I'll never do a fireplace like deluxe, but I may get a bearskin rug. You never
Why don't you
know.
do a
I might do that.
waterfall?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm on the back of a horse, so like that, like the old Spice guy. But those are some things. Now, I am monetized. I did get monetized on there, and what you'll find out is when you get monetized, there are some more restrictions in what you can say and do,
Yep.
because it will ask you: is there any inappropriate language? Is there firearms? Is there this or that and this? And you got to answer all that kind of stuff because if you get copyright strikes or anything like that, then that's what's crazy. Now YouTube has a lot of copyright free music you can use. There's copyright free music sites that you can go to too as well. So you
Yep.
don't necessarily need to. Now in Shorts is the only place where you can really use some copyrighted stuff because you can use that from YouTube Shorts. But yeah, I do need a sax. I played saxophone for 20 years, Norbs. I didn't know if you knew that. But
Oh, I
anyway,
need you in my life.
yeah, that's it. That's it. It's been 10 years since I played. So it's crazy. My chops are bad.
I
It's telling you how old I am. I'm turning 50 in March. It's crazy.
I haven't been on the road since COVID. I was touring every weekend. I was at a show every weekend, and COVID hit, and I just said, you know what? This is wild. I've never been home like so much with the family, and I said I'm done, and I'm good, and I never went back to singing. I'll do karaoke night, and that's it.
Zane, it's like finding Bigfoot when you look at those videos. If you see me in the background, that's what it is. I'm a very big target.
It's a
Uh,
goddamn Sam Squatch. I've been watching Trailer Park Boys. I'm sorry.
uh, it's funny, like where I work during the holidays, we go to like red shirts, and I feel like every time I come out onto the floor, I will bust through that back door and go, "Oh yeah!" like the Kool-Aid Man. And
That's
so,
great.
yeah, I embarrass a lot of my employees on that. But what I still would love to hear some advices from some of y'all because I know a lot of y'all have channels, or
Yeah.
maybe some of the things that maybe you're kind of struggling with, and maybe we're all struggling with that together too as well. But the ultimate thing is, if you're like, where do I start? Just start.
Yeah.
Just
Just start.
yeah, just start. Just get out there, get your camera, put it down, do whatever you need to, and start reviewing something. Now, I could tell you right now, I love Transformers, but Transformers are not my biggest views. For me, it's anime figures and Voltron are my biggest views on that.
Yep.
But still, Transformers, I will not stop doing those because those are my passion. I If you want to make money, then yeah, you're going to pivot and you're going to do whatever you can to do that. That's what you're doing. But I'm not here to make the money. I'm here to share my passion on that. For you all that have a goal of making money on YouTube, then you're going to have to change with every fart in the wind, my friend.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, you will. Like you'll have to start doing weird TikTok dances, then you'll have to start doing all this kind of weird stuff, and then you'll have to do and then you'll have to sell your soul to different companies. Like Mattel used to have a reviewer program where they would send stuff out to people and say, "Hey, we want you to review it, but you can't say anything bad about it."
Yep.
And so there would be these people that say great things about crap toys.
That's
And
why I
it's just,
got into it because I hated that. I
yeah.
bought some things that I regret buying, and it's because someone's opinion was that. And that's it. Autocorrect primer. First thing to do is start. After that,
That's the
it's
hardest
gravy.
part.
Yeah,
Just
just
starting.
just get started. And Jr. I don't know if Jr. is still in the chat or watching, but Jr. actually sent people my way as they were starting out, and I was happy to share what I knew and what I could do to help them get a start. Because a growing community is a healthy community. Mattel got called out on that, which is great.
Yep.
Uh, Norbs, for me, it's cutting my videos down, but I start talking and can't stop. I know Jimmy keeps saying I should venture to other figures, but I haven't gotten as much
I could
views.
I
Sorry.
could tell you what will help too as well with that, Norbs. If you're not doing it, you need to do it. Any of y'all that are doing videos, SEO, search engine optimization. There's a spot in your YouTube videos to put tags. Hashtags don't really work that much inside the description, but tags do. And find out what tags and what keywords are very are big hits. That's what you can do. I actually subscribe to a site called TubeBuddy. That's like $8 a month. And what I do is I'll put in like a title, what I want to put my title as, and it'll tell me like what the search volume of that title is, and if it's really good or if it's not. And then it will also give me suggested tags and what tags do work with that kind of stuff. So that because what the tags do is like the Google bots and all that starts scouring that, and it starts putting you into recommendations. Like if you research on Google right now, Action Toys Voltron, I guarantee you'll see one of my videos is there
That's
on
awesome.
that. So, but just putting a video out is not enough. If you do need that kind of stuff, use tags, SEO, like study SEO. Definitely study SEO, search engine optimization, because that'll help you out on that. Plain and simple. Look at your titles too as well. Be very capturing with your titles. Have those keywords. Like if people search for Megatron and you're doing a Megatron view, and if they're searching for Hasbro Megatron, then Hasbro Megatron needs to be in your tag somewhere, or whatever it may be.
So
So
do you put the tags in your title, or do you
nope.
put the tags in the
I
tag section?
put the keywords is in my title. So, like for example, Action Toys Voltron review got keyword search of 67 out of 100.
Okay.
Uh, and so that would be my keywords, and then you make sure that appears naturally in your description. You want to make sure you use those keywords as much as you can in your description. And then the tags is if you go below and you say that show more,
Yep.
that's where it'll say
That's
tags,
Yeah.
and
Those
that's
are
where
the
you do
tags I
that.
use. I never
Yeah.
put tags in my titles.
Now, if you go to Google, has some free stuff on Chrome that if you go into Chrome, it'll show you what tags rank the highest on any of these, like any of these videos and stuff like that too as well. So if you're doing a toy review on New Age's Romulus, you'll see what tags actually will rank the higher, and more likely Romulus is not the one that ranks. It's probably going to be Megatron. It's
Yep.
probably going to be third-party Transformers. It's also probably going to be Hasbro on that too as well. So
That's what I always do. I always go with Transformers, then I do Transformers review, Hasbro Transformers review. Like I go to town with my tags.
yeah,
It's terrible.
and why I pay $8 for the TubeBuddy free, and it's kind of opened up a world of different things for me on that. So it just kind of shares some cool stuff. Is it worth it for me? I guess I don't know. So we'll see. Uh, but uh, but that's something. Just know that that is, if you're not doing that in your videos, start doing that and go back through all your past videos and add that stuff.
Yeah,
But be consistent with your keywords and be consistent with your tags.
absolutely. I need to find that in Google. Sounds awesome. Somebody said something. New York Hunter states that they use an AI template, and that's how they
AI is
get
great.
all their tags. I still have not fallen into the AI thing. Terminator 2 left a
What?
big impression on me.
So here's a funny story, and it didn't happen to me. It happened to a buddy of mine. So he got a advertisement from a Jeep dealer because he owns a Jeep that says, "Hey, find out what your trade is worth." He put it in there, very low ball offer. Then he gets this text from the dealership, "Hey, we saw that you're doing this." So he decides to use AI to start talking back to say, "Be aggressive with negotiations." And you should see this conversation. He's like, "Yeah," he goes, "I want to be within, I don't want to pay more than $5,000. I think we can get that with the rebates." And then it's just going back and forth. He's like, he's showing me this. And he goes, "This is an AI bot." talking to this lady and she's believing that it's me. And then I said, well, what if she's an AI bot talking to your AI bot? It would be kind of crazy
That'd be
on
like
that.
those
But
people that put the two different Chinese company phones,
yes,
Chinese
yeah,
food people on the phone.
that's it. That's it. That's it. But what else? What are some questions that y'all have? What are some
Yeah,
thoughts?
shoot us
Things
some
like that.
questions,
Yeah.
guys.
Like I said, I'm still I would say also just set goals for yourself too as well. Now, don't be upset with yourself if you don't, but I would say go into your channel with intent. Like this is my goal for the year. Like for instance, my goal this year from a subscriber count, it's very lofty. It's 10,000 I want to be at by the end of the year. Will I hit it? I don't know. Uh,
Hope you
but
do.
but what that does is it gives you a what's called a drive for results. So basically, it's just like a GPS in your car. If you say I want to go to Disney World and you type Disney World, which is the goal, it's going to give you the steps to go there. And so by saying this is what I want to do with my channel, then you start putting the steps together. Well, then what does it take to get me to that? And then if you deviate off that, you just kind of just get back on path. And that's where you use people like Billy or other reviewers that go, hey, I'm struggling here. This is kind of a goal that I have. And that's where we can kind of go, have you thought of this or have you thought of that or whatever it may be that can kind of help you get back on path or whatever it may be too as well. Or we can be like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
So, but go into your channel with intent and go into it with goals. Like one of my other goals is to be more active with lives too as well. So especially with this show, The Forge, that we started together,
Yep.
this is really cool. So that's been a goal of mine that we're kind of doing too as well. So
Yeah. I really wanted to get into the live. I find that this live show has helped my channel far more than any of the reviews I've done recently.
oh yeah.
So this is a really good thing. Just like I said earlier, finding a community. Most of us are friendly guys. I've only met like two people that I consider a dick. Sorry, it's the only way I could word it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's okay. That's still PG-13.
yeah. But most of us are friendly. Most of us want to help out. And what do we ask for in return is usually nothing. Usually it's, hey, let me be on your show with you a little bit. And you network. I mean, that's it. If you're asking someone for help, expect to network with them. Don't expect anything. I'm not saying don't expect things for free, but always make sure you're willing to work with someone when you're going to jump in and say, hey, how do you do X, Y, and Z?
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing is I've learned catchy images on your reviews. Like, I started doing my picture used to just be the toy itself. Now I've put like a little bit of lettering and fonts in there, and that's brought in views. It's made it catchy to the eye. I really want to get something that is just going to make a child say, I need to watch this a million times just because the picture looks cool. But you never know. I don't want to be like those Fortnite streamers that have that picture or content about something that nobody has any information on, and they're just talking about, I think we're going to get a leak next week, and that clickbait. I don't recommend clickbait.
No, that will turn people off.
Yeah. Razel Kane, only two. Yeah. Honestly, man, I've built such amazing friendships on here with other reviewers and just followers that I've had wonderful times. Like I said, I have one troll. I know who it is. I'm going to let him continue to troll me. It's fine. And Richard is their name. Oh, absolutely. Richard Smalls. And that's it. But again, you just love what you're doing. Do it because you love it. Don't do it expecting anything, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. You're going to find people that have negative things to say, but you either learn from it or, you let it. I don't know. You let it slide. I don't know what to say. There's always going to be negative people.
And definitely we want to help with The Forge, and
Yeah.
that's what we're here. We always want to have new reviewers on and things like that. So if you ever want to be on, you want us to check out your channel and take a look at that, definitely email us at theforgelive2005@gmail.com and say, hey, check out my channel. I'd love to be on your show. And if we have a show that's going to kind of fit your vibe or fit that kind of thing, we will try to get you on. Now, again, we want to be respectful, and we always look for people to be respectful. You can have a difference of opinion, but don't be a Richard. So That's what we definitely want to make sure, because like I get it, some people are new age people, some people are Magic Square, but we can live in a world where Legends figures are amazing.
The
So
other thing I forgot, don't bring politics into your
no,
reviews
do
and
not.
channel. All right. I don't care about it at all, and I don't want to hear about it. I just want to keep the friends I'm making. At the end of the day, be a good person, treat people the way you want to be treated. There's no reason for politics on your channel.
Absolutely. I would say that too as well. Just keep it about the toys and keep it
Yeah,
about the fun and the
that's
amazing
it.
things about it. So
There's a few reviewers out there that make their political views known, and they've grown a very strong fan base due to that. And that's the way they want to do it. But I just don't see politics and toys going hand in hand. Just like as a musician, I would tell my band all the time, there's no need for politics on the website or on the Facebooks or any of that stuff. We're here to entertain people, not to, sway them one way or the other. You have to get a feel for what works for you. Amen to that. Whatever goes out at Zane Bono figures, you don't want to go too long, but if you do God Ginrai, that's probably going to be short.
it's not going to be short. Yeah. Like for instance, Voltron reviews, they're not short reviews on that. So, but action figure reviews, about 15 to 18 minutes.
I try to keep mine under 10.
Yeah, look at you, man. I'm doing my best to cut my Transformers reviews down. I am trying to get it to, right now I'm about averaging about 20 minutes. But yeah, you'll look and you can see the average view time, and you can see where peaks and valleys are.
Yep.
Sometimes you just got to vary it up through it. You can put chapters in. Like I put a lot of my like product placement shots at the end, so that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you this much too as well. I do a lot of giveaways, but giveaways will not grow your subscriber base.
Yep, I was actually gonna say that, and I didn't know how you were gonna react, so I was kind of waiting till later.
No, it won't. I just like doing it because I'm a giver, and
Yeah.
if you don't know me, and many of y'all probably do know me on this thing, is I do like giving stuff away, just because I believe if you do, it comes back to you as well. Because if that's what I like doing. But if I did giveaways just to grow my subscriber base, then yeah, it wouldn't happen, because on my giveaways, it's the same people that comment.
I was just about to say, I tried giveaways in the beginning. They did not grow my channel much. It was the exact same people. One of my sponsors actually just messaged me a few weeks ago and said, "Hey, you're almost at 2,000. Why don't we do a 2,000 sub giveaway?" And I said, no, and they were going to give the figure out. It wasn't anything even coming from me. They were going to handle everything. But again, it's always the same people who I appreciate, but it's not growing the channel. It's not doing what it's intended for. Some of those people that are followers, I just send them stuff anyway. So, what do we got? Something's going on that's making you chuckle. I'm going to let you.
I'm responding back.
Okay.
So it's Raz's comment. He says, "You sure are a giver, Jimmy Wade generous, and the way I took it was this way. You make me sound like I am doing certain favors for people." No, I'm just kidding with that, Raz. No, thank you so much, man. But that's again, yeah. I'll if someone gives me stuff to donate, but I always have stuff that I like. There's one thing that I'm going to do again. I didn't do it this year, but I want to do it again next year from a giveaway standpoint. It was in November. I did what was called a giveaway to giveaway. It was like for Christmas. Like everyone knows somebody that is probably down on their luck for Christmas, or maybe it's you, or maybe it's somebody that you know. No, I do know that, Raz. I absolutely do. I'm sorry, I got a junior high brain. That sometimes it gets me in trouble. But I think this November I want to do a really big one where it's just kind of like a giveaway to giveaway that people. It's like, hey, I'm entering this to be able to give this to something, this to someone else that is maybe less fortunate or whatever it may be. Kind of like what they do in the underground for some of our fundraiser games and stuff like that we do. So, which is really, really great.
Autocorrect Primer just said, one thing you don't do is beg for things on your channel. Yeah, that comes off wrong no matter how you do it. What I did do in the beginning, blah, 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 I would reach out to companies and ask them if they work with reviewers and if there's anything we could do to cross promote. Some companies were receptive. I got a free water pick for my teeth from somebody, but it never hurts to ask. And
Absolutely.
the other thing is as Jimmy said, he's very generous. Um, a lot of us don't mind helping reviewers get a start. So if there's figures that you're looking to, review and we're local, like I've gone and dropped boxes of toys off to people just so they can get going. There's balances of trust. I've sent autocorrect primer some stuff. We just help each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. On that. So, but yeah, it's that's what we're here for. Like there's a toy store that's that I love. It's called Utopia Toys and Models. It's here in Knoxville. They do a lot of Mezco,
Yeah.
Mayfex, anime figures, Gundam, all that kind of stuff. And I'm working with them right now. They said, "Hey, we want to be your sponsor." I was like, "Great." I was like, "I don't want anything. I think y'all are great people. What I would love from y'all is just a code that I can give to other people so they can shop at your store. I don't want anything, but I just want you. If I will promote y'all because y'all until you start being Richards, I will promote y'all till the cows come home.
Yeah,
And that's probably like
absolutely.
like when I put things that these are people that I sponsor or these are people that I shop. It's not because they're giving me anything. It's because I like and I believe in what they do.
Yep.
On it
So
too.
I buy all my stuff that I review from St. Mark's, from Collecticon Toys, and from Show Z. Yeah, Show Z does give me a reviewer code, but when I tell you I get like 5 cents for every like $1,000 spent, it's really not like much. But I just like Show Z as it is. But like St. Mark's is literally like a 20-minute drive for me. So I'll show up. My son will come. He'll pick the toys out. I buy him toys. I review them. My son gets toys. It works for everybody. Um, I agree that it's better to do it because you like the people that own the stores or how it may come. But yeah, I got a 10% code for my sponsors and people appreciate it. Yeah, I agree that with that sponsorship code where people can, it shows the people sponsoring you that you're bringing traffic to them and they
Yeah.
are going to appreciate that in any way, shape, or
Yeah.
form. Even if they just link your channel to their store page and say, hey, check this guy out, it
Mhm.
helps. Like that's
Yep.
mainly what I get out of Show Z is I do these reviews and they link Billy the Kid's toy review right on the page that you're buying the toy from. So I get more views on YouTube. It helps me grow. It's
Yeah.
really what it does, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a horrible negotiator. That's the bad thing is like if I wanted to get like if something was given to me out of that, then that's great. But I'm not seeking that. That's the
Yeah.
thing, you know. So, but yeah, there's three here in Knoxville. It's Utopia Toys and Models, Nirvana Comics is straight up for my comic books and stuff like that, and then Crypto Comics, which they do comics and some toys too as well. Rocky, that's where I got a lot of my vintage G1 figures. He got like a buttload of them in, and he cut me some good deals on those. And it's just like, yeah, like my the Devastator review and some of that Minosaur was from uh, that kind of cache of stuff I got from him. It was
Yeah,
really
of
cool.
course.
So on that, so but where you can run in the store from Zelda while scrolling. It's funny because in my walkthrough video I did for their anime day, there was a Link person dressed up, and it seemed like I was just following him around.
That's so funny.
So I was doing the
Blue
walkthrough.
tunic or green tunic?
Green
Okay.
tunic. And then I made the mistake at first saying, "Oh, it's Zelda." I was like, "Wait, no, Link." He goes, "That's right." I was like, "I'm sorry."
Oh, so he comes in
That's the
sounding
one
like
thing
Carl Urban?
you will get crucified by all the like Transformer gods or Voltron gods. Like for me, it's now becoming a running gag when I do a Voltron review that I put the legs on the wrong way.
That's
Like
pretty funny.
I've been always doing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with the blue on that side and the yellow on this side, and then I realized it halfway through, and I was like, "Oh, dang it!" And I do it, but everyone calls it out. Yeah, you got the legs on the wrong side. You got the leg. So now I'm doing it on purpose, just because it's just It's
That's
just my
so
shtick
funny.
now. Yeah.
So I have been bringing my son into some of my reviews. Um,
Bring my daughter. It's fun. Yeah.
yeah, it's a ton of fun. He's shown interest. Um, I want to help him. You know, if somebody's showing that interest, I want to nurture it, water that tree. You know. So we just did the Laner Toys a Predator set. He loved it. It was great. He was excited. He gave some jump scares to the people watching. Um, so you know, that's I don't know. It's just fun.
It is, and I think that just kind of shows community and family too. And sometimes it does draw in some of the younger.
Yeah, which is
Like,
fine.
yeah, we call my segment with my daughter "Tea Time with Katie and Daddy," and that's what we call it.
I love that.
And we kind of have tea sometimes, or we talk tea on things or whatever it may be. But we have a good time. I think the next one we're gonna do, I've got the YOLO Park Transformer One figures, the Cogless and the Cogged, and they want to because they love the movie, which
Yeah,
can you blame them? It's amazing. And so they want to do that. And so that's what we're going to do on that for that. My son just did a review on my channel. Awesome,
funny.
Brick Builder.
We just hit the same thing. That's great. Yeah, my son loves Transformers One, so that's why I bought that Blockies or Blokies set. He plays with them every day. I was in my bedroom helping my wife because she's sick, and I can hear him in the other room. And he's like, "Orion Pax, he's the best one," you know. And like you hear him knowing the characters. You know,
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear him say, "I'm Badassatron," but
Yeah.
you know, we'll see. But it's
My
just
daughter will ask for permission. She goes, "Can I say it?" Yeah,
oh,
you
he
say
can say it. He has free reign to say that. It's just too
Badassatron.
funny. Badassatron. You know, it's good stuff. But
It is.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's
I'm gonna,
all. I mean, I honestly have. I would just say again, I think if you took anything from this, just start. Just do
yeah,
it.
just start. Feel free to reach out to us. I don't mean to speak for you, Jimmy, but you've always been pretty open and available, even before we started this show. I try to keep myself the same way. When you guys see me on Facebook, I use my real name. Like I'm not trying to hide who I am, cover up anything. Like if you see me and you need to ask a question, just feel free to message me. There's a couple people in this chat that do it almost every day. And I love it. I appreciate it. Just like at TFCon, I was doing the third party panel and I'm sitting next to this guy and he keeps giving me this look. And then I start talking and it ends up that he's been watching my channel for years. He just recognized my voice because I don't always show my face. And it was just so cool. It's good stuff.
Absolutely.
Who did the
He
G1
did that.
Universe?
His son did that G1 Universe Legacy Optimus Prime.
Okay.
The trailer park missing link. That's what I called it.
I
So
love that. Oh,
not
the
like a
little one.
not like a trashy trailer park. Like it's a good trailer park, but it's still a budget house.
I might have to buy that and do some like custom Ricky and Bubbles and you know, you have like Mr. Leahy hanging on the back with a bottle of
That's
liquor.
it. That's awesome. That's awesome on
But
that.
yeah,
But yeah, if you need anything, I may not answer right away because I do. We both do work full-time jobs, but we will answer you on that.
yeah,
Oh
I can
yeah,
see it
I am
too.
gonna jack up Iron Factory's Lio Kaiser. I haven't opened any of them yet because I'm waiting for the last one. I'm gonna do them all
I think that's
together.
smart. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be
Yeah.
a fun.
And so where I did do I did Bruticus when as I was getting the figures I would do it, but I never did the combined mode part. I would do that at the end.
Yep.
But this time I'm trying something different where I'm just waiting till all of them come in and I'm just gonna do that. But yeah, I'm gonna jack them up. I'm gonna jack them up bad, Saint Bono. I'll probably break it. So he's like he's always nervous when I'm doing transformations because I will probably break it. I've broken a couple figures. Sad.
So hold on real quick. New York Hunter impressions. I met a gentleman and his mom. They were happy to meet me, but they wanted me to introduce them to Patriot Prime Reviews. Patriot Prime Reviews was flooded at TFCon.
Oh yeah.
I said hi to him a few times. I don't think he realized who the hell he was talking to until the last day. No love lost whatsoever. It's just I know he was flooded at TFCon Maryland this year.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, I'm looking forward to TFCon Chicago.
I am as well.
So we will be there, both of us. We're going to be at the. Is Tim's table called the Transformers
I
Underground?
believe it's the Transformers Underground table, unless that changes. But for now, it's the Transformers Underground table. I believe that we are going to do a nice live show from the con, which will be
Absolutely.
sweet. And I think we're going to try to run some live games from the con,
Which would be cool.
which would be sweet. Hopefully, I win one. I haven't had a win in a minute, so it is what it is.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I've got.
I'm tapped. I'm going to be honest. We did provide an email. There is the Forge Live 2005 at gmail.com. You could email us there, and we will be happy to answer and help any questions you may have. The other thing I do a lot of diorama building. I don't share that on the channel, but if people have questions, let's go. I love Chicago. I state that now. I left my heart there. Listen, you're in New York. If I end up driving there and you want to hitch a ride with us. I'm not going to let you stay in the room with me and the missus, but I can at least get you there if we drive up. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're available. You can find us on Facebook, right? I mean, easy to find us on Facebook. You can find us on the email. Are there any YouTubers that we want to stream with? You know what? As we're wrapping it up, we get a question. That's amazing. I'm down to stream with any YouTubers. I would love to have Patriot Prime on. He's a good dude. He returns the favor a lot of the time. I'd love to have any one of you guys. Like Zane, you're more than welcome to come on and do a show with us, bud.
I would like to put a face to the name.
Yeah. Let's think about this. I mean, I'd love to have Bobby on. I don't know if he does things like this, though. He seems to have his established circle. Deadly Tedley, thanks for the show. It was a pleasure just listening. Sorry I couldn't be more interactive.
That's okay, bro.
Good. As long as you're here, we're happy. Like I said, we've given up our Facebooks. We've given up our emails. If you have questions, man, you could reach out to us. I mean, I'd be honored to have just about anybody on this show because it's a beautiful community. It's good people. I talk to a lot of reviewers personally that sometimes it doesn't cross my mind to bring them on because we're just on such a good friendship level that if we need to talk, it just kind of happens right then and there. And that's not meant in a disrespectful manner. It's a constant talk.
Yeah. I think, Cato and Bert, all those guys would be good. So
yeah, I would love Cato. Bert's a great dude. I met him at TFCon. He was nice as can be.
Rodimus Primal.
Yeah, I think he's a Jersey guy too. I think he's local to me.
He lives in Tampa. No, he lives in Tampa now.
He was from Jersey though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah, there's so many out there. I wear a Nacho Libre mask all the time.
Nacho.
That's fine by me, bud. That's fine by me. We have nothing against people wearing masks on the show. I would ask not to use a voice distorter.
Yeah. Get that corn out of my face.
But yeah, just shoot us an email or a Facebook message and we'll get you going. Next week's going to be awesome. We've got Joe Troutman on. He's works hand in hand with Hasbro, works hand in hand with a lot of the music department. He worked on Kingdom, the shows, the Netflix series.
Probably our news will be all Hasbro next week.
Yeah, next week is going to be a very Hasbro heavy episode.
Yeah. Talking with Joe, we're going to talk about the HasLab. We're going to talk about Hasbro's direction. And then a lot of the news would be maybe what's coming out of MegaCon and stuff like that too as well.
Yeah. Hope to see you fellas with James and Bobby from
I'd love to do it with Bob.
Yeah, that'd be a blast. I'm totally down for that. It also comes out to us reaching out to people as well. If you guys aren't emailing in, we've got to reach out. Sometimes we're just busy. As Jimmy said, we work full-time jobs and we have families. There's balance. There is balance. But as always, thank you guys. I truly love having everybody here. I know Jimmy does. I think we have a beautiful little family here, and it's just nice to see it continually grow.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to do. Yeah, there we go. Like I got all the fun stuff.
You got the fun shit. I'm sitting here on an HP touchscreen. Nothing fancy.
That's it. So, we need to change that for you, my friend. Just get a hold of me after the show.
Sounds good.
But yeah, we're gonna call it a night, folks. So again, you can find me, the good, the bad, the awesome, anywhere. Facebook, YouTube. You can find Billy the Kid at Billy the Kid's Toy Reviews. And then you can always, if you're not a part of the Underground, definitely be a part of the Transformers Underground chat. They also have the Transformers Underground game group too, as well, if you want to kind of win some cool stuff. So this Forge would not have been possible without Tim Reagan. If you don't know him, well, hopefully we'll have him on the show sometime too.
I would love to have Timmy
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, a really, really great guy. And that Underground chat is just an amazing place, an amazing community where you can meet a lot of people who love big ass robots and toys just as much as you do on that. But that's all we got. So with that, you want to lead us out, Billy?
Listen, guys, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure here on the Forge. I feel like I said it a minute ago, but I absolutely love having everybody that comes in and joins and talks and just makes this a night. Just a great night. It's always a great night. I look forward to our shows.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you all. We will see you next week. I'm super excited for next week. No lie. That HasLab. I'm excited to have that talk.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Die Atlas, die Atlas, die Atlas.
Praying for it. But as always, thank you guys. We will see you next time. Feel free to reach out. Have a great night.